Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team.
Safe.
The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Bourne Park, home of the back-to-back champion Bourne Braves, is the setting here for this Western Division Final rematch between the Bourne Braves and your Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Fieldside here at Bourne Park. Josh Schreiber alongside the main man, Jacob Irons, and we've got a good one here today as Hyannis looks to move to 5-0.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those games that everyone had on their calendar, circled it, understanding the rivalry that has been created over the past 2 years between these two franchises. They seem to find themselves every time in the playoffs and in the thick of it, and last year was no different, Josh.
No, last year was shaping up to be a fantastic series with Hyannis taking game 1 at McKeon Park, and then after that, Bourne just got hot at the right time. They really beat the brakes off the Harbor Hawks the next 2 games of the series en route to winning their second straight Cape Cod championship. What are you looking for today? Obviously, these teams are incredibly different, but what is going to be the main thing that you're looking for from Bourne?
I think from Bourne, you understand they're going to hit the ball well, right? Coming into today, they're 3rd on the Cape with a team batting average of .279. and an on-base percentage 4th in the Cape with .357. Understand there's only 4 games so far played, but nonetheless, it is a sample size no matter what. So definitely expect Bourne to be hitting the ball, but somewhat of their Achilles heel over the last couple of games have been their pitching. Right now sporting a team 6 ERA from their pitching staff. They're going to look to try and find something, but really maybe their best pitcher so far on their roster will get the start tonight in Ben Beebe, who has been so good for Arkansas in his spring, looking to continue that on the Cape. This could be one of the toughest arms that Hyannis faces all season long.
Absolutely. We're going to talk a lot about Ben Beebe coming up. He has an electric fastball. But let's look on the Hyannis side real quick with Luke Nichols. What do you like from him?
Luke Nichols, I am ecstatic to see him, the Louisiana Tech guy. 78 in 2/3 innings pitched. Had an ERA of .446, one of the lower ones, and especially in college baseball with how much you're used, to have an ERA below 5 is always impressive, and then a whip of 1.3. So look for him to command the zone. It's what Mitch Carricker says time and time again. Command the zone and pitch strikes. That's what you need to have happen.
Absolutely, and I had the chance to speak with the skipper of this Harbor Hawks team about this matchup between Hyannis and Bourne. We'll show you that right now. Coach Mitch Carricker, and whenever you have an off day, team's playing well, how do you make sure that, the team continues to stay hot?
Well, I think just start with our preparation today, right? Make sure that their minds are right. Make sure we get back into the groove of batting practice, taking ground balls, making sure we're doing it with a purpose, and hopefully they enjoyed their off day, because this is a long summer, and you want them to enjoy the Cape and all that it has to offer. So we encourage them to do that. Some guys got some swings in yesterday, but I like the way that we went about our business in BP today.
And then about a week into the season now, how are guys starting to get acclimated with each other, build that team chemistry up now with an off day?
Yeah, I think guys have really enjoyed playing with each other. I think, you know, an off day, some guys went fishing, guys went golfing, and so doing that kind of stuff together is really fun. A group of guys went to Martha's Vineyard, so all that kind of stuff plays a factor into, okay, when we get into the dugout, we're a little bit more familiar with each other, and we like each other a little bit more now, and so I think hopefully that can translate into some quality baseball on the field.
And then let's look at the starting pitcher today, Luke Nichols. How do you think he matches up against this Bourne team?
Yeah, I think he matches up well. You know, I think every team we've faced has, on paper, been really, really good. And I think our pitchers have done a really good job of just executing the game plan and using their strengths to their advantage. And I expect Luke to do the same thing.
And last question. I know this is your first year here, but Bourne, a team that eliminated Hyannis last season. Is there any extra motivation going in today with maybe some of the veteran guys?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, obviously they're back-to-back champs, right? And so I think obviously they're doing something right over here. And Scott has done a fantastic job with his program. And so I think we can look over there and be like, okay, that's where we want to be at the end of the day, right, is be a championship team like they've been the last 2 years. And so, yeah, there's for sure a little bit of extra motivation, but it's still just one pitch at a time and play our game and try not to do anything different than we have been the first 4 games.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
Royals on the sideline here after the Hawks solidified their 4-0 record last night. I was able to grab aside Manny Garza. Manny, your hit last night made SportsCenter top 10 plays, ranking yours number 2. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it feels great. You know, even though that play should have been made a little bit easier, but I mean, I got the play done. That's all that matters.
And you know, it was posted online, it was all over TikTok. How does that online exposure help you build momentum, not only for your career, but for your confidence as well throughout the rest of the season?
It helps a lot, to be honest. I mean, for me, it's just, I'm a big man of faith. For me, it's just putting my trust in God at all times, you know, making sure that my faith is there, and, you know, I know my game will be there as well.
And not only did you have that amazing play, but you had a hit as well. How has playing for the Harbor Hawks so far just helped boost your skill level, and what have you learned?
Yeah, just everybody here, you know, wants to win. You can just tell that, you know, everybody shows early to work, you know, and everybody wants to win here, and that's what's important. And I just let it kind of snowpile on me, and just kind of helps me a lot, you know, with my momentum and just with my game, just having winners in this clubhouse.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Back here at Doran Park after a really nice rendition of the national anthem.
Could it be the best of the year, Josh?
Oh, I think it was.
Think it is.
It was great. So we are just about ready to get underway. Let's go through the Hyannis Harbor Hawks starting lineup.
Yeah, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks lead things off with Georgia Tech's Parker Brocious comes in sporting a 4-game on-base streak. Then it's behind him with Kane Kepley, the right fielder today. The two of them have been walk machines. John Gazder in the 3-hole today. Then Wallace Clark finds himself in the cleanup spot. He's at third base. Zach York, after a homer in the last contest on Tuesday back at McKeon Park, finds himself in the designated hitter role for this evening's contest. Michael Detallo in at first base and in the 6-hole. Then Anthony Silver, Camden Janik, and Nick Groves line out the bottom third of the lineup for a lineup that has continued to impress, Josh.
It certainly has. And let's get a look at Ben Bybee, the starting pitcher for the Bourne Braves out of Arkansas. We know in the SEC you face the very best competition in the entire country. What have you seen from him that impresses you?
Yeah, he's got a 3-pitch mix. It is really a fastball, curveball, changeup that has really impressed so many and continues to have one of those best, ultimately off-speed stuff that he can turn to in critical moments.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fastball is just electric. Sits around 96, 97, and a little bit of arm side run to it as well. Against the righties, doesn't quite throw that changeup as much, but he will throw a slider that is just a little bit different than the curveball. So we are just about ready to go. Parker Brocious taps his feet into the right-handed batter's box, and Ben Bybee clears out a spot for him to land. Bybee looks into his red glove, fires, deals, and we are underway with strike one here at Doran Park.
Yeah, Doran Park, one of the unique backdrops of the Cape Cod Baseball League, with athletic fields out along the outfields and a little bit of excavation.
Parker Brocious swings and misses at strike two. Yeah, Jacob, it is really nice feel. It is in the back of a high school. Kind of gives you Little League vibes a little bit with the fence, but just a beautiful ballpark altogether. As the 0-2 comes in, line drive into right field. That will be a base hit. It will drop in front of the right fielder, and we are underway with a Hyannis base hit.
Yeah, Parker Brocious now 5 straight games of getting on base, this time via the hit. It's a poke out into right and does a good job to have a single right in front of Holcomb. It's a hit any way you look at it.
So that will bring up the left-hander, Kane Kepley. Parker Brocious dangerous on the base paths. Already has a few stolen bases this season. Kepley looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, I was able to catch up with Kepley pregame and asked him about his plate discipline and what he has been able to bring. Leading the league right now in 9 walks and continues to find a really strong plate discipline.
Ball outside there to Kepley, and that is something we've talked about at length, Jacob, where these Harbor Hawks have been able to draw out long at-bats from 1 to 9, but especially these top 2, always on base. The 1-1, Parker Brocious fakes as if he's going. Ball is outside. Guzman bluffs over to first and tosses it right back to Bybee.
And for Kepley, he just says, I'm setting fastball 99% of the time, and if they change, then I'll change with it, but how I sit, I want to look for fastballs.
Kepley, a hefty swing, fouls it straight back on the 2-1 count. It will be 2-2.
So open about his approach and understanding that Cape's not to be messed with. He also said, he's like, this is the best pitching I will see in my lifetime in collegiate baseball. For me to be doing what I'm doing is quite shocking as well.
That pitch just missed off the outside corner. That time a changeup. Parker Brocious still leading off first. Full count, no outs. John Gazdar awaits. Pickoff move over to first. Brocious back with a head-first slide.
And so much of what has propelled Hyannis this year, Josh, has been really capitalizing when runners are on. So far, Hyannis Harbor Hawks batting .358.
Brocious was on the move on the 3-2 pitch, but Kepley fouled it straight back over the backstop.
And then with those opportunities, that allows you to put up massive runs. We talk about Hyannis having already 2 mercy rules under their belts through 4 games, and a big reason why has been taking advantage when they have runners on.
The 3-2 again fouled down, this time the left field line.
Great 2-strike approach brewing here from Kane Kepley, fighting it off to keep his at-bat alive. Just able to poke out his bat to the outer part of the zone.
Another pickoff move. Brocious back without a slide this time. Here will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Kepley. Brocious about a 1.5 step lead. He gets back for a 3rd time as Bybee really locked in on him right now.
Yeah, Brocious is living in Bybee's head rent-free currently. The righty doesn't have necessarily the greatest look over to Brocious.
Bybee deals another foul tip that time, just getting past the catcher. Scooped up by the Bourne bat boy.
Now this is not just a quality AB, but it's a long AB as well with all the pickoff attempts from Bybee over to Brocious. Kepley's been standing in the box, keeping his feet planted and trying to find himself life on base.
The 3-2 again. Another foul tip. That one just escaped the glove of Adonis Guzman.
Such a long at bat. We already had to call for a new set of balls from the home Bourne Bat Boys over the home plate umpire.
And another pickoff attempt. Brocious back with a head first slide. Brocious getting his uniform dirty early on in this game.
I didn't even touch the field yet, Josh.
No.
It's already going to have to go to the wash. Great battle here from Bybee and Kepley. 2 stars.
3-2 again. Strike 3 looking, but Brocious was on the move. Guzman dropped the ball on the transfer, so it is a stolen base for Parker Brocious, and Kane Kepley goes down with a backwards K.
That was a nice pitch from Bybee that freezes Kepley in the box on the inner part of the plate. And Brocious getting a good jump on it as well. Get himself in scoring position for John Gazdar.
John Gazdar has been one of the best players on Cape Cod this season. 8 RBIs already through 4 games.
Yeah, second in the Cape with runs brought in.
Hitting a measly 400 right now as well. Ball outside, 2-0.
Then on top of that, has a 667 slugging, which is second on the Cape. And understandably, sample size is small, but you still have to do it.
Absolutely. The 2-0 pitch. Line drive deep to left field. Fair it is. Gone! John Gazdar sneaks one inside the left field pole. John goes long gone, and it's 2-0 Harbor Hawks.
John Gazdar, you just earned yourself not one, but a second ice cream cake with the host family. Anybody in his host house hits a homer, they earn themselves an ice cream cake from Kilwins. He just got one there. It was a roping shot down the left field line that just kept turning. The third base umpire jogged all the way into shallow left to watch it go into a trash can right at the foul pole. Hyannis leads 2-0 early.
First pitch to Wallace Clark is right in there, and Jacob, I'm not going to lie, I did not think that had the legs to get out if it was fair. Just snuck inside that foul pole, and a trick shot. It looked like it did land right in that trash can beyond the left field fence. That ball down and inside to Clark.
Yeah, I thought off the bat we were more cheering to see if it was going to hit chalk or not and see if it was going to be a dribbler into the corner, but it just kept carrying. Not too much wind, though, here as well at Doran Park. It was all power from John.
Strike to Clark, 1-2, and John did not hit a home run in the entire Cape season last year. Already 5 games in, not even, and he has 2. 1-2 pitch from Bybee is looked at for strike 3. Wallace Clark goes down looking.
And now with John Gazdar's home run, it is now the 4th straight game the Harbor Hawks have scored in the first inning. This is a huge advantage for them. We talk about the stellar baseball they're playing. They're being able to play in front so much here early in 2024.
So that'll bring up the left-handed hitter, Zach York. Looks at the first pitch for a strike, and York had himself a heck of a game on Tuesday.
Yeah, had 5 RBIs himself with a homer, his first hit of the summer.
0-1 is hit. High fly ball into left field. Gillespie is under it, barely has to move. And that will be out number 3, but not before John Gazdar helps Hyannis strike first. He hits a 2-run home run down the left field line. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Hyannis up 2-0.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Bottom of the first inning, Hyannis up 2-0, and up comes the left-hander onto the bump. It's Luke Nichols.
Now Luke Nichols comes out from Louisiana Tech for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, here to get his first start of the summer. Really is a pitcher that's opened himself to the mental side of the game as well, keeping sure his highs and lows are rather plateaued and around the same. He's going to be a fastball, changeup, slider, and understandably, he has increased his stuff by increasing his outing so far. Pitched 78 2/3, like we talked about in the pregame show, Josh, and was a first-team All-Conference USA member. Started 16 out of his 17 appearances. This is where he thrives. The longer he goes, he's like a fine wine. It just keeps getting better with age.
Certainly is. We'll go, as you mentioned, fastball, slider, changeup to righties, to lefties. We'll stick with just the fastball and the slider as Camden Janik behind the dish throws down to second base, and we will have the top of the Bourne order coming up.
Also for Nichols is a Class II state champion in the javelin throw from his senior year in high school. So anyone's a track and field fan with the Olympics coming up soon, it takes a lot of arm strength as well. It's a good little test between the two to understand.
So leading off the game is Chris Stanfield for the Braves. Stanfield off to a nice start here on the Cape. 4 for 13, that's a .308 batting average, 2 steals already. Takes the first 2 pitches inside for balls.
Yeah, out of Auburn, batted .276 this spring with the Tigers, and arguably the toughest conference in baseball.
Strike at the knees, 2-1. Stanfield, the number 84 player in the country out of high school according to Perfect Game. Takes that ball low. Was a sophomore this season. Very similar seasons from his freshman to his sophomore year. The 3-1 pitch. Hard ground ball towards short. Firing is Silva on to first in time. Beautiful backhanded stab by Anthony Silva, then the strong throw to get Stanfield at first for 1 away.
Yeah, Silva deep in the hole to make that throw, making the play onto the lip of the infield dirt to outfield grass. Backhanded it, and from his heels throws it across the diamond to beat the speedy Stanfield. A great play from the Horned Frog.
That will bring up the left-handed Nick Rosselli out of Binghamton University. And his statistics are among the best you'll see as he hits a slow chopper back to Nichols. Nichols will hustle over to first, underhand throw to DeTalo for the second out.
LPFP stats .388 this spring for him, but it was a dribbler back to Nichols. He was able to underhand cleanly to DeTalo, kept his pace and kept it slow for the underhand.
That will bring up maybe the best hitter in this Bourne lineup, Merrick Houston out of Wake Forest. Member of the ACC All-Third Team, a very, very talented conference.
And one of the 2 conferences to send teams to the Men's College World Series.
Yeah, them in the SEC. SEC dominated that matchup, but it is the SEC as he hits a fly ball deep to right field, almost a collision and right center, but it is the center fielder, Nick Groves, who comes away with it. And just like that, it is an easy 1-2-3 inning for Luke Nichols. We go to the top of the first. Hyannis still up 2-0.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Michael DiTallo will lead off the second inning for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. And in that first inning, we were talking about it in the break, but John Gazdar hit a ball on the line, right down the left field line. Don't know how it stayed fair, and it just snuck over the wall as well.
It was a great swing, and it landed in a trash can right beyond the 330 mark in the Bourne Braves bullpen, a trash can right on the foul line. It dunked right in there. I think it gave enough of an indication for the third base umpire to be like, it was fair the entirety of the way.
So Michael DiTallo, who's had himself a nice summer so far, hitting the ball hard. Even his outs have been loud. Hitting .333. Sees ball 1 in the dirt.
Yeah, had the day off on Tuesday.
Hits the ball high in the air on the infield. Will stay fair. Michelle is under it. And he makes the catch on the pop out for out number 1.
The beauty of this talented roster the Hyannis Harbor Hawks have is you can rotate a couple off days here and there when your guys need them because of how deep the infield is at the moment.
Got those numbers on that John home run. 96 miles an hour off the bat, 337 feet. Tells you just how close that was as the first pitch just off the outside corner to Anthony Silva, but right down that line in left field, 330, Jacob.
330, and just kept traveling for him. And can hear a little bit more about John's experience in the first edition of Diamond Treats. Talking to baseball players with a cup of ice cream in their hand. I talked to John. That'll come out at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Be sure to look on it on our YouTube page.
I can't wait to watch that one.
It's a lot of fun. It's ice cream and baseball.
What flavor did he get again?
Cookie dough.
Yep.
Cookie dough. So
good selection. Where do you get it from?
Killins. Come on.
Right.
But great story on the ice cream cakes and how much ice cream means to him on Cape Cod on top of it. So only a fitting inaugural guest.
Silva fouled off that last pitch. Now the 1-2 is a ball low and away. Guzman asks to appeal to the first base umpire, but he did not go. 2-2. Bybee looks in and deals. Swing and a miss. Ball up in the zone. 94 miles an hour for the second out.
Yeah, out of the 5 outs, registered here for the Harbor Hawks offensively, it has been 3 strikeouts. 2 of them looking, 1 swinging. That one there from Silva swinging. Having Bybee pitching all around him right now.
Now it's Camden Janik, sees a curveball. Get me over curve for strike 1. Janik hasn't quite gotten things going yet, but hitting .250. Had a big RBI hit in their last game.
And was back in action on Monday against Brewster, where he went 1 for 5.
As he hits a blooper into shallow right field. Coming in on it is the right fielder Holcomb to make the play. And an easy 1-2-3 inning after the 2-run homer in the first for Bybee. Bourne will have next licks in the bottom of the second inning.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your team.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Bottom of the second inning, Braden Holcomb will lead off for the Bourne Braves out of Vanderbilt, the big right-handed hitter.
Yeah, Braden Holcomb comes in and has had a hot start, fourth on the Cape in batting average at .471. Batted .252 in the spring in the SEC through 35 games played. And just a player that has great abilities, has size, speed, and athleticism. It's going to be someone that everyone is looking at in the upcoming drafts in the MLB here soon.
Yeah, and Holcomb, very talented freshman. Number 10 player in all of Florida out of high school, 38 nationally.
Now batting, the right fielder from Vanderbilt University, number 34, Braden.
And he's a towering figure in the batter's box, 6'4", 257. Made the final out of last inning in right field. The left-hander Luke Nichols comes set. And the first pitch, a sinker low for strike one.
Can't come a more efficient bottom of the first than what Luke Nichols had a half inning ago. It was 1-2-3, and second AB of Roselli was one pitch.
Oh, one pitch is right down the middle for strike two. See the 18 inches of horizontal break on that sinker. More of like a two-seam sinker. Very tough to pick up out of the hands, especially right now with, you know, not quite in the shadows, but just getting past the batter's box.
Not good for my neck, though, Josh, as the sun is beaming down right behind us. I did
I
put
got burnt today.
I put sunscreen on, but it is going to be at our backs for a large majority of it until it sneaks in behind.
1-2 pitch, inside corner, strike three. Holcomb goes down looking. And out number one in the inning.
Now batting, the first baseman.
So here comes Garrett Michelle. Was a member of the championship team last season for the Braves. First baseman out of Virginia Tech. Last summer in the Cape. Hit .227 as that pitch inside, but did have 4 homers, 16 RBIs. Struck out over almost 50% of the time, though. .1-0 pitch is right in there for strike one.
Something that skipper Mitch Carricker has talked about is being ahead in counts. We want to throw strikes. We want to allow our defense to help us out. So far, that's what Luke Nichols has done as he dots up another one.
Beautiful pitch on the lower part of the plate. Michelle not too happy with it. Thought it might have been inside. And the 1-2, bottom of the zone, strike three. Garrett Michelle goes down looking as well. And 2 backwards Ks to start this bottom of the second inning.
And two nasty breaking balls, Josh.
Now batting.
That freezes some Bravos. This time in Garrett Mitchell, who watched it drop right into the zone and couldn't do anything about it by the time he realized it was coming into the zone.
So up steps another Vandy player, Camden Koziel. Slow ground ball towards short. Silva gets a nice high hop. Throw is offline, but Detallo applies the tag for out number 3. Nice job by Silva to make the tough play. Detallo finishes it off with the tag. We go to the top of the third inning. Hyannis still up 2-0.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Coming to the plate for Hyannis, the 9-hitter who's done such a good job this season, Nick Groves, in that role. Groves had the highest walk rate in the country his freshman year for Niagara. Type of guy that you love as he hits a check swing. Didn't mean to hit it, went right back to the pitcher, Bybee, who scooped it up and threw over to first base for the out. Kind of an excuse-me check swing.
It's now the third time between the two teams here, Josh, that a check swing has found its way to make contact unintentionally, and it went right back to the pitcher all 3 times and has recorded an out for the defensive team.
So back to the top of the order, Parker Brocious squares to bunt, pulls it back, and it's a strike taken. Trying to catch the third baseman, Merrick Houston, playing deep. Now he'll play with his toes on the infield grass. Bybee from the windup, 0-1 pitch. Popped up. Foul territory. It should be out of play on the third base side, and it will be. Thought Houston might have a chance at it for a moment.
Right off the snack shack. You know what you can get there, Josh?
They have the Uncrustable.
Yes.
What was it?
The burger, yeah.
Might have to get that later.
Whoa, no. We tried that on air last year. It was not for me.
Gonna be sticky.
It was sticky. It was messy. You needed napkins. And for all the family listening at home, they know I do not do well with messy food.
I need some background here. Next pitch, low and away, 1-2.
Don't do mess. I'm a clean guy. I like a lot.
I got you.
So wings, I would prefer a dry rub.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So you're boneless, bone in. What is it? 1-2, foul straight back off the brick wall, right by our crowd mic.
It doesn't matter as long as it's not all that messy. That's the biggest thing for me. Like ribs, that's an endeavor.
Yeah.
Gotta get you gotta get a fork and a knife in there.
I remember last year after the Hartford game, we went to get some barbecue, and you seemed to do well there.
Yeah, because that's really good barbecue. Sometimes you got to get messy for really good food.
I feel you there. 1-2 pitch. Bybee looking in to his wrist. What would you call that? Like the pitch comm on his wrist.
Yeah, I would say pitch comm. That would be where I would go for on that.
Another ball fouled straight back, by the way.
Yeah, it's a pitch comm system.
We've had a lot of incidents with that.
Yeah, this year it's not always a try and choose. Sometimes the battery runs out. Got to get on a new bracelet because you don't want one that's going to fall off.
Slow ground ball right back to Bybee. Bybee will underhand toss to get the Speedy Brocious by half a step.
If you're Bybee, you're happy you practiced some PFP here ahead of first week of games, because it has been all action from him off the mound with light tappers eliciting soft contact. Hasn't snuck too far by, and it's been all his doing to try and get it over to first.
Kane Kepley, the number 2 hitter, up to the plate now. First pitch is a curveball right in there for a strike. Merrick Houston, the third baseman, playing in on the grass. Now takes a few steps back, anticipating bunt. 0-1. Buckles Kepley a little bit. 0-2.
Kepley coming off that great 10-pitch at-bat last time up, or ended in a backwards K heading back to the dugout.
Chokes up on the bat, gets a little lower in his stance with 2 strikes, and the 0-2 is up and away. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Bybee can top out at 96, 97, has been sitting at 94 today. 1-2, ground ball to the right side. Short hop for the second baseman, Koziel, and he makes the play running to his glove side. So that will do it for the top of the third inning, but we've got Matt Coates standing by with more.
Thanks, Josh. To start this summer, Wallace Clark has been absolutely phenomenal with the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. He's been a solid defender at third base and shortstop while hitting .455 with 3 RBIs at the plate. This comfortability could have something to do with the fact that he is a second-generation Hyannis Harbor Hawks player. His father, Tim Clark, played for the Hawks himself a number of years ago. I caught up with Tim, and he mentioned how back when he played, using the wood bats was a huge adjustment for him. Unlike this generation of players, he told me, who have chances to use the wood bats growing up in various summer leagues, it was a new thing for him when he came to the Cape. However, he really credits that with helping him when he got to play pro ball in the Cincinnati Reds organization. Guys, I'm hoping in a couple decades we can see a third-generation Clark player grace our lineup.
Oh, that's going to be a revolutionary time,
Yeah.
Matt. Can we make a promise? If there is a third-generation Clark,
we got to be here.
The three of us are going to have to come back to Cape Cod. We're going to put on the headset again, and we're going to do the game.
That's a plan. As long as the Hawks let us on the mic, I think they have to.
I think we're bookmarking. It's going to be on our
We'll
YouTube.
pull this up, yeah, clip it.
We're going to clip it right now.
Nick Johnson, note this down. Austin Dakuda, note this down. When the third Clark is here, so are we on the mics. At least give us an inning.
Just one inning. That's all we're
I
asking.
feel like we're in his family at this point. The amount of stories we've had, it's been so interesting. So thank you so much, Matt. It's been great to get to know the Clark family as we have the bottom of the third inning. Coming up with the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Braves. It's Davis Gillespie, the left fielder today, out of Southern Miss. Played his first collegiate season this past summer as a redshirt freshman. First pitch is in there for strike 1. And now a chopper right back to guess who but Luke Nichols, the pitcher, who makes a nice backhanded snare. Flips over to first for the out, 1 away.
That is now the fourth 1-3 putout between the two here through these first 3 innings of play. It's a lot of PFPs, but it's been soft contact. You can really credit the two pitchers we have going today and eliciting those from the batters.
So now it will be Adonis Guzman with his first at-bats of the Cape season. Guzman also a member of the championship team last summer. First pitch was a strike. Second pitch is a high chopper. Nice short-handed snab by Wallace Clark. Fires onto first on the run for out number 2.
Max Coates talked about his offense as well as his defense. It's a great scoop up coming down the hot corner. Able to get it right to his glove. Transfers it in time to beat the speedy Guzman down the line for a perfection of a throw.
So now the 9-hitter with his first at-bat of the day, Clay Grady. Grady, a teammate of Garrett Michelle at Virginia Tech, out of Suffolk, Virginia. Hit .335 this season for the Hokies. 0-1 is low. Just 1 for 7 this summer so far, but 3 stolen bases. Almost half of his 7 from the entire collegiate season. 1-1. Easy ground ball. Anthony Silva fields and fires to get the speedy Grady. And it's 9 up, 9 down for Luke Nichols. Easy peasy. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Hyannis up 2-0.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Be back out there for his 4th inning of work, and he will have to face John Gazdar, who took him deep his first time up.
John Gazdar staying hot and is staying with it. Had a no-doubter that went all the way down to the left field corner, snuck it in by the 330 sign, and what can't the Austin Peay Governor do right now? It's not too much, trying to improve his draft stock as he should hear his name called in July.
Now batting, the second baseman from Austin Peay State University, number 14, John Gazdar.
So here comes Gazdar. Bybee working hard out there. Has really settled down after that first inning. Just really made one mistake to Gazdar.
That was a poke by Brocious. That was a pitch away from him that was able to drop in front of Holcomb. Then it was just a one middle pitch that Gazdar was able to tee up on.
Gazdar takes a strike. Count will be 1-1.
And for Gazdar, with the quality of baseball he's playing right now, you cannot afford any errors against him.
1-1. High fly ball. He just got under it. Ranging out is the second baseman, Camden Koziel, to make the play. And there's one out.
Good communication from Koziel, motioning over to the Bermuda Triangle in the middle of the field between Grady and Stanfield, the shortstop and center field respectively, making a loud declaration, call everything off. It's out of routine of a play as it can be when you make that communication.
Wallace Clark up with one out. I will say, Ben Bybee out of Arkansas, our former producer Grant McNew, he's watching this game. Big Ben Bybee fan, big Arkansas fan. This one, ground ball up the middle. It will be a base hit for Wallace Clark, who reaches base yet again with a one-out single.
Wallace Clark continues to impress. His draft stock has risen so much over this past week, and it's a big reason why he's doing just everything he can to find himself on base. It doesn't always need to be massive, hard hit balls, but it's well-placed hits like that one right up the middle to find himself aboard.
Clark now up to 462 on the young season. Very small sample size, but doing everything right thus far. That doesn't even talk about the defense, as your first pitch is a ball. Bybee from the stretch, up and away, ball 2. Wallace Clark, obviously he had a nice season for Duke. In the ACC, 285 is certainly impressive, but the numbers don't pop out at you as much as, say, a John Gazdar is hitting over 400 as York swings and misses, 2-1. I mean, he's come to the Cape and really played well.
And then that's why there are MLB scouts at every Cape Cod Baseball League, because you're facing the best of the best, and when you can do it against the best of the best, MLB takes notice.
Bybee misses low. Couldn't get York to chase the curveball. That is the beauty of this league. Anyone from, whether you're at a JUCO to a place like Arkansas in the SEC, get an equal chance on the Cape. Fouled straight back. I think York wanted that pitch back.
And you have an equal chance to impress, Josh, as well, as you're in front of scouts, and while they might be going for one player, you can impress them while they're at that outing. It makes them come back again, which is so cool about the Cape Cod Baseball League.
3-2 pickoff attempt. Wallace Clark back with the left foot standing up. York was a guy that really burst onto the scene last summer. You know, didn't get a whole lot of looks. Grand Canyon University came to the Hawks and absolutely thrived. Another pickoff attempt. Hard throw over to first base, but Clark back safely. It's a no-brainer to bring York back when they had the chance. 3-2, 1 out, top of the 4th inning. Runner on first base is Wallace Clark. And swing and a miss, strike 3. York goes down swinging on the curveball.
Now off-speed pitch from Bybee. Gets York swinging and missing there. It's again, after the single from Clark, it's Bybee finding his rhythm again. It's been so automatic on the mound.
2 outs, it'll be Michael DiTallo. Pick off to first base. Bybee is getting very familiar with his first baseman, Garrett Michelle, over there. I believe that's his 8th pickoff attempt of the night.
Wants to keep this Harbor Hawks team that's leading the Cape in stolen bases honest.
High fly ball for DiTallo will be an easy play for Stanfield in center field. Takes a few steps in, loses the hat, but makes the play. So through 3.5 now, Hyannis still leading 2-0. This is the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Luke Nichols, the left-hander, is through 3 innings with just 22 pitches so far.
Talk about efficient. Then there is 22 in 3 innings efficient. He has found himself on 3 at-bats of 1 pitch ball. That is huge. And especially in summer baseball where there's so much with inning limits and pitch limits that if you can continue to be efficient, you're able to extend the outing and gives your manager in the dugout for your summer league team the opportunity to save some of the bullpen.
So that will bring up the top of the order, Chris Stanfield. Great birthday, I'll add. July 27th. It's the same as mine.
Ah. Going to celebrate it right here on Cape Cod here, Josh.
I should invite him to my birthday party.
You should.
We already got Ava over here on my right. Got a 3 birthday party mix.
I think you should
You're
send
invited, Jacob.
Oh, thank you. Wow, thank you. Didn't know if that invite was going to come through.
The 0-1 high chopper. Silva, a weird hop deep in the hole. Throw on to first, not in time. Stanfield beats that one out. The first base runner of the day is an infield single for the sophomore from Auburn.
And nothing you can really do about it. Clark charged in on it, then right about a foot in front of him, bounced right over his head. And Silver doing a good job to provide backup on the play there, but he was too deep in the hole, and with Stanfield's speed, he had no shot at getting the leadoff man for the Braves out over at first. But for Bourne here, going to try and create something with the leadoff man.
Stanfield a threat to run 2 stolen bases already this season. Nichols shows him his first move over to first base today.
First time he's had to deal with runners on, but the lefty has prime view of first.
Another move. Stanfield back with a dive.
Now Stanfield dancing over at first base a little bit, though, trying to gain the distraction of Nichols.
Pitch low and inside to Nick Rosselli out of Binghamton. Rosselli grounded out right back to Nichols, the first pitch of his last at-bat. The 1-0 is in there, bottom of the zone, strike 1. Luke Nichols, a sinker baller, the type of guy that lives at the bottom of the zone. Tries to induce weak contact. Love to get a double play ball here. One, throw over to first base. Stanfield back standing.
Man, Nichols keeping Stanfield as honest as he can at first. But at a certain point, going to have to really lock in here on Rosselli.
There goes Stanfield. It's a ground ball towards the first baseman, DeTalo, but it is foul, a broken bat. And Rosselli will have to go get a new one. And Stanfield will take that time to head back to first.
Yeah, Stanfield in motion there. Thought he was able to get the jump on it. Had good time on Nichols' leg kick. Don't be surprised if he checks back over there after the motion.
See if Stanfield still has the green light. Lefty on lefty matchup. Nick Rosselli sporting the bright yellow batting gloves. Stanfield jumps off first but stays put. Pitch is fouled straight back into the netting behind home plate.
Yeah, part of the deal here on Cape Cod, every team gets their own Franklin batting glove. Harbor Hawks got some cool blue and orange here for the Bourne Braves, sporting some accent yellow.
Yeah, I mean, haven't seen that from anyone else yet. Maybe Rosselli brought his own or chose yellow. Pitch outside. Braves do have a bit of yellow in their logo. You can see on your screen right now on the YouTube, part of that B. Two is low. It'll be a full count. See if Stanfield is going with nobody away. 3-2 from Nichols will go back to first base. Now in the major leagues, they have instituted the 2 pickoff rule. If you have that third disengagement, they have to be out or it's going to be a balk. 3-2 pitch way inside to Rosselli. First and second, nobody out for the Bravos, but that rule not in effect here on the Cape. That's why we've seen so many here today alone.
Hey, it gives you the opportunity to keep checking over, keep runners honest, but for Nichols, going to have to try and really lock in with Houston now to the plate. Nobody away and 2 on for the Braves as they stand 2 runs back of the Harbor Hawks.
Merrick Houston looks at that pitch down. Nichols still got the low pitch count, but now facing some trouble with Houston, the go-ahead runner at the plate. First pitch was low, 1-0. Now dealing inside. Now, at what point, if you're Camden Janik, do you consider going out to the mound? You see that Nichols struggling a little bit right now to find the zone. Just missing on that last pitch.
Give a little bit of hope. Nichols, like we talked about, 22 pitches through 3 innings. It's there. He's just got to find it. He finds it there, Josh, though.
Yeah, fastball outside part of the plate. 2-1. Nichols deals. Slow ground ball, tough play for Silva. Ranging in on the run, cannot handle it. Will fire back behind the runner at third base. Stanfield gets back safely. There was no throw to first base. And it will likely be an infield single for Merrick Houston. The bases are juiced for the big right-hander, Holcomb.
Now here's your conversation you were asking for, Josh. Janik out to have a quick convo, and this is a big spot for Braden Holcomb. Coming into today's game, 4th on the Cape with a .471 batting average. And for the Harbor Hawks, they're looking to try and preserve their 2-run lead. They've been stymied by Bybee so far after that first inning homer from John Kazdar.
First pitch to Holcomb inside. Holcomb went down looking his first time up, was not happy with the call. Pitch just missed the inside corner. And Nichols, fastball up and away for ball 2.
For Nichols here, he's just got to really focus on it and find the zone again.
Holcomb fouled right back over our heads into the netting.
It's a big foul ball. Gets the strike on here against Holcomb. Changes the approach a little bit for the righties in the batter's box.
2-1 pitch to Holcomb, fouled straight back again. Seemed to be on that slider. Braves wearing their home white uniforms. Braves written across the chest in red. The 2-2 check swing from Holcomb. Did he go? No, he did not. 3-2.
And now a huge payoff pitch to come, bases loaded, nowhere to put them. And a 2-0 ball game here in the home half of the fourth.
Nichols deals. Foul ball. Way out of play right side.
It's a good two-strike approach there from Holcomb, shortening up, trying to keep his at-bat alive, understands the opportunity that is in front of him. For this Bourne team that's on a 3-game losing skid, won their first game, but have not found themselves in the win category since.
Nichols looking in for the sign. Hyannis not using a pitch comm today. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nichols got the breaking ball by Holcomb. And a big strikeout for out number 1.
Huge strikeout indeed, Josh. It was Luke Nichols going back to it. But now a conversation for Tanacuna. The assistant pitching coach for this Harbor Hawks team is going to call in the entirety of the infield. Here with bases loaded. And 1 away now. Have to imagine this is just as much a pitching conversation as it is a defensive conversation about how they want to defend any ground balls into the infield.
Yeah, I have to imagine anything in the corners, they will probably come home with it. Maybe up the middle, try to turn 2 the old-fashioned way. Wallace Clark, the third baseman, toes on the grass. Silva Gazdar in double play depth. And Italo playing back. It's the lefty Garrett Michelle. And the first pitch slider creeps up top of the corner for strike 1 looking.
Huge first pitch strike here for Nichols to be ahead in the count early against Michelle.
0-1 is a low line drive down the left field line, just foul. That one was slicing. Looked like it might have a shot to land fair in left field. Would have been potentially a bases clearing double. But instead it is strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch to Michelle coming. Nichols nods his head, comes set. He fires, fouled back.
Cast him up there with a fastball low. So was able just to get a tip of the bat onto it to extend his life in the box. Once again, Nichols ahead and at 0-2 at a huge juncture in this contest.
Nichols gets the sign from Janik. Fires a fly ball down the left field line. Going to be a tough play for Brocious coming in. He makes it against the wall. The run will score. Both runners will tag as the throw came home. So Bourne is on the board. It is 2-1 Hyannis with runners on second and third and 2 outs.
That's a looping foul ball that took Brocious all the way to the wall into foul territory and makes the grab. But while making the grab in foul territory, it's the speedy Stanfield tagging up from third to come home. And everyone else advanced. Roselli now at third along with Houston to second.
Now later in the game, an outfielder in foul territory may opt to not catch the ball on purpose, but still very early in this game. Wouldn't really make sense at this stage, but tried to throw home, allowed the other 2 runners to tag up. That may come back to bite. 1-0, 2 outs for Camden Koziel. Fouled straight back. Hyannis can still escape with the lead with an out here. Bottom four, Josh Schreiber alongside Jacob Irons here at Bourne Park. Swing and a miss, strike two. Koziel right over the top of the slider.
That was a pitch that started low and stayed low in the zone.
And the 1-2 cut on and miss. So Luke Nichols gets out of the jam, only allowing one run. It was bases loaded, nobody out. And Hyannis will take that as they grab the bats for the top of the fifth inning.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Top of the fifth inning, and Ben Bybee still out there putting in the work after a little bit of a rocky first inning, and he has looked really sharp the next four.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rocky start with that homer by Gazdar looping it down the left field line, coming in contact with the garbage can beyond the foul pole, but ever since then, it has been efficient and effective for the Razorback.
You know, the Harbor Hawks fans had the tradition started by a former producer, calling of the Hawks after calling of the Hogs.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a tradition with it. And Hyannis had it down the home stretch of the 2023 season.
Anthony Silva, first pitch he sees, a high fly foul ball. Adonis Guzman runs into the brick wall back there. It comes up limping a bit. Seems to be all right. Foul ball.
And Guzman had his eyes into the sky to the very last second and took it right into the brick wall.
Anthony Silva, 0-1. Pitch just outside. 0-1, nobody out, bottom of, or I should say top of the fifth inning. Silva hits a ball well deep to right field, but Holcomb is under it for out number one.
Yeah, Silva getting everything of that one. Gave it a ride into right field. It just wasn't deep enough. Holcomb back all the way to the fence. No warning track here at Bourne Park. But for Silva, still trying to break through. It's going to come. His BP reps have been impressive over this last week.
93 miles an hour off the bat. First pitch to Janik is in there for a strike. Nick Groves, the 9-hitter, awaits on deck. And the curveball misses outside for 1-1. Not a lot of balls hit in play, a lot of strikeouts, a lot of walks today.
Yeah, it's been a pitcher's paradise for the most part.
The Hawks have struck out 4 times in 4 innings. So have the Braves. Two-one to Janik. High pop-up, shallow left field. The third baseman, Merrick Houston, is under it in foul territory to make the play.
Houston got it off the bat and tracked it all the way into shallow left field in a skinny foul territory. Had 1 foot on the grass, 1 foot on the gravel warning track.
Number 9 hitter Groves up with 2 outs. Bybee with a grunt fires a fastball in there for strike 1. Bybee still hanging in there at 93 miles an hour. There's action in the Bourne bullpen as Groves moves his left foot out of the way. Bybee looks in, deals 1-1, fouled back. Lots of foul balls today. Both lineups doing a nice job to spoil pitches. Top of the order, Parker Brocious on deck. 1-2 to Groves, bounces at his feet.
Pearson right now, Bybee appears to be laboring a little bit, just trying to get the ball into the zone. That's why you're hearing a little bit of the grunting.
Also potentially emptying the tank here, knowing this is likely his last inning, as Groves hits a hard shot, but right at the shortstop, who makes the play. Nice job by Grady to get the third out, and Bybee is through 5 innings. Just one mistake, 2-1 Hawks. And we will send it to Josie Broyles, who has more.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I kind of want to call out that actually for the first time this year, the Harbor Hawks were nationally noticed in Sports Center's top 10 plays. Manny Garza ran to catch a ball that ended up falling in foul territory. After making the catch, fans went wild, and the media took it a step further. I was able to catch up with Manny himself pre-game today, and he said that internet exposure made him feel really good to have his work recognized, and it motivates him to continue to work and play hard for the rest of the season. He also emphasized that playing for the Hawks this summer has allowed him to feel inspired by his teammates for showing up every day and putting in the work, solidifying the true team bond that these guys have had with each other already this season.
Yeah, Josie, you talk about it. There's a different feel about this team right now. It feels like they're connected and they are playing well, and a big reason why is that interpersonal connection that summer ball brings. You are with these players every day, whether it's even on your off day, like I know talking to Zach York that a bunch of them went out to the beach yesterday, and even while you're away from the diamond, you're still choosing to hang out with them because they are your teammates and you're trying to get to know them and add on to your relationship Rolodex that baseball provides you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I talked to Mitch Carricker, manager, before the game as well, and he was saying that it seems like the guys, the chemistry is starting to build. A lot of guys went fishing yesterday. Some guys went to play golf. So starting to build those summer bonds. But thank you so much, Josie, for that Manny Garza info.
Now batting,
He said he's proud of himself, and why shouldn't he? He had a fabulous play. That was number 2 in Sports Center.
It beat out the goal save by Matthew Kachuk, who dove to save the empty net goal. Now, McDavid ended up scoring probably 2 seconds later. But, I mean, that was an impressive catch. One of the best ones I've seen ever in person. Strike bottom of the zone, 0-2.
And for some players, there is that level of imposter syndrome. Do I deserve to be on Cape Cod? Understanding how much glamour there is. But when you make plays like that, and through talking to Manny Garza, it's a sense of, no, I'm here and I belong here and I can play with the best in the country.
0-2 to Davis Gillespie, who flicks the hands at that outside pitch to foul it off towards the Hyannis dugout. Hyannis wearing their typical road blues today. They have not brought out the oranges. Hope to see those at some point this season. Typically, they just wear them at home anyways, but 0-2 is low.
I know they're your favorite jersey combo, Josh, out of the Harbor Hawks. You would really think you might go pinstripes?
I might go I mean, I think the pinstripes just look so clean. I do love the oranges. Don't get me wrong. That one fouled off over the Hyannis dugout. Yeah, there's something about the pinstripes. They just look so clean. Not a big fan of the Bourne jerseys they're wearing today, but I love their road blues. Chopper to Luke Nichols, takes a step back off the mound, fires to first for the easy out.
Another PFP in the books here for Luke Nichols. Now his third of today's outing. It's a huge first out after having a turbulent first three batters in his last half inning of work.
Brings up Adonis Guzman, the catcher, with one out. Guzman, a hefty swing, did not get cheated on that. Fouled it back into the net. Guzman, last summer, was coming from Boston College. He's a guy from Valley Cottage, New York, but transferred to Arizona for this past season. Played fairly well there, .265 batting average. Just a one home run as he grounds it to Anthony Silva. Had a lot of work there today. Throws one well over the head of DeTalo. That will be an E6 for Silva, and Adonis Guzman reaches base safely.
And with the ball going out of play underneath the fencing, it'll allow Guzman the extra 90 feet to advance over to second base. Mitch Carricker coming out to ask for an explanation.
Seems to be satisfied with the explanation he got as he heads quickly back to the dugout. You know, from our angle here, sort of on the right side behind home plate, we can't really see down that first base line where the ball went. But either way, Guzman will have second base with one away here. Bourne Braves knocking on the door right now with the tying run on second base, still in the fifth inning. Luke Nichols, the left-hander, fires a bunt attempt down the third base line for Clay Grady. Is foul. And Grady was bunting for a hit there, Jacob.
Yeah, Grady with 3 stolen bases and a tie for first right now in the league. And you talked about it, Josh. He is all in with the speed, and with his speed, he can beat out a well-placed bunt down the third base line.
Yeah, he was really trying to get it right down that line. Now just picking up the bat. No balls, 1 strike to the sophomore from Virginia Tech. The 0-1. Ball low and away. Luke Nichols, 1-1, 1 out in the fifth. His 64th pitch of the day is a slow ground ball towards Wallace Clark, who will let it roll, and it will bounce right off the third base bag. So Clay Grady cannot get the bunt down, but a swinging bunt placed perfectly off the third base bag. It's first and third with 1 out for the top of the order.
It was a ball that went trickling down the dirt, was about an inch or so away from the chalk, and at the last couple of seconds, it started to veer in like it was going to trickle foul, but it was the third base bag that kept it fair and making contact with it. The Braves have an opportunity with Guzman at third to tie it up.
Grady may be on the move here, first and third with one out. Nichols checks on him at first. And that will bring out the skipper, Mitch Carricker. See if a move is made. As he is still not signaled yet. Now onto the rubber to check on Nichols. Interesting, he still has not signaled. Stanfield awaiting to see what the move will be, and now Carricker raises that right arm. Call in to the new arm. We will tell you about him when we come back here on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Cade Brown towing the slab here with one out. First and third here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Cade Brown, the Sacramento State Hornet, out of the whack as a fastball slider splitter. Splitter, we're going to have some downward action with late break on it. Had a 3.72 ERA through 22 appearances. He did this primarily for the Hornets, coming out of the bullpen in relief. Had 8 saves, which led the Western Athletic Conference and was 25th in the NCAA this spring.
And Cade Brown, fastball, slider, splitter. Not a pitch you see thrown very frequently at the college level. But it is lots of late break on that pitch. Had a 3.72 ERA this season. Opponents just hit 189 on him. So that will bring up Chris Stanfield. First and third, an RBI opportunity for the Auburn student. Pitch in there for strike one.
It's a good first pitch strike. Come in and hammer the zone. It's big for a new relief pitcher to instill confidence in their outing as it's just getting going.
And the 0-1. Long pause for Brown as he makes the move over to first base. Grady back diving. 0-1. Grady's still not moving over there at first. Janik tries to frame that pitch at the top of the zone, but doesn't get the call. Brown, another long pause. There goes Grady. Foul ball down the third base line, and Grady will have to go back to first base. Grady got a pretty good jump over there at first.
That was enough of a jump that I would have had to imagine Janik with Guzman at third would have just let him grab the bag and put two in scoring position out of the danger of having Guzman try and steal home.
One, two, and another pickoff attempt to first base.
Both these two teams like to run on the base pass. For the Bourne, they had 9 stolen bases through the first 4 games. Haven't grabbed one yet today. Pitchers in the scouting report understood they got to check over.
And a slider right in there. Make that a splitter. Top of the zone, and Stanfield goes down looking.
Now batting, the designated
There's 2 away.
Binghamton University, number 16.
And
Roselli.
for the Braves, another spot here to try and tie the game. But now with another huge pitching performance from a Harbor Hawk. Walken Brown dial up here, try and retire Roselli.
Grady goes on the first pitch. Janik fakes the throw down to second, bluffs to third. So a stolen base for Grady. Now second and third with 2 outs for Nick Roselli.
Now with 2 outs here, Brown's got to focus in on Roselli. Had to walk his last plate appearance in the 4th. And it is a balk.
And Mitch Carricker getting an explanation right now from the home plate umpire. He's not happy with the call. So that's how Bourne will tie up this ball game. Score now 2-2. Runner on third is Grady, who also moved from second to third on the balk. And it's a 1-0 count. And now it will be a warning to the Hyannis dugout for arguing the call.
Now, entirety of a different situation here. Now the go-ahead running Grady stands at third. Harbor Hawks just saw your lead slip away on the balk call.
1-0 pitch is a strike.
But for Brown, just got to continue focusing on Roselli.
The 1-1. Breaking ball, top of the zone, fouled back. Another splitter. The 1-2 pitch coming. 2 outs, runner on third base. To Nick Roselli. Strike 3 looking, bottom of the zone. Nick Roselli goes down with the backwards K, and Cade Brown almost got out of the jam if it weren't for the balk called on him, but Bourne ties it up in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the 6th inning, all knotted up.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Top of the 6th inning. For the Bourne Braves, Tyler Fay coming on to take over the duties for Ben Bybee, who did, quite frankly, a really nice job for the Bravos.
Bybee did everything you could ask for a starting pitcher to do, but now it's Tyler Fay, the right-handed pitcher out of Nebraska, was named College Sports Communicator Academic All-District team member this past season. Finished 1-2 with 1 save with a 7.94 ERA for Alabama in Tuscaloosa, and was a go-to arm out of the bullpen, led the Crimson Tide with 23 appearances.
First pitch is a strike taken by the leadoff hitter, Parker Brocious. Tyler Fay. Not a lot of action this past season for Alabama as he deals, and he's got a lively arm, very tall, towering presence at 6'5". Ball outside.
And now, with the tie ball game.
Line drive to left field. Ranging back and making the jumping grab is Gillespie out in left. Parker Brocious hit that well. I think it carried a little more than Gillespie would have anticipated.
That took Gillespie leaving standing of the earth. And they go jump up for it and make the grab.
Pitch into Kepley's a strike.
Now for the Harbor Hawks here with this pitching change. Gonna try and ignite the bats.
Try to see a little bit of a different arm. Also SEC though. The 1-1 line drive to center field, but Stanfield is right there. And Kepley with a 91-mile-an-hour line drive doesn't get anything out of it. And there's 2 outs quickly.
And Fay comes in and does what he needs to do and gets 2 putouts back-to-back. Hard hit balls just were line drives right to Gillespie and Stanfield in left center, respectively.
John Gazdar sees that pitch for a strike. Fay working quickly. Another pitch is a number off the end of the bat. Glove flip by Rosselli to make that Koziel, and the ball gets away from Tyler Fay. Could not quite get enough out on that glove flip. Fay couldn't make the grab. And John Gazdar reaches base safely.
Now the base runner on for Wallace Clark. He had a single in his last at-bat in the 4th. Harbor Hawks trying to respond to the 1 run on the balk. Bourne was able to plate back in the bottom half of the 5th.
So 2 outs for Wallace Clark. Let's see if the Hawks can get a 2-out rally going. Clark fouls it off. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. John back diving, and the ball gets away from Garrett Michelle, the first baseman. Gazdar rounding second. He's going to third. He may have a chance to go home as the throw comes in, and he will not as he stays put at third base with 2 outs. So that'll be an error for Tyler Fay, the pitcher, on the pickoff attempt. And now Gazdar just 90 feet away.
Just like that, the Harbor Hawks find themselves creeping on the doorstep of trying to get another one. This is what Harbor Hawks have done so well all year long. It's responding to when a team puts up runs against them. They come back better and stronger normally.
Wallace Clark took that last pitch for a ball. Now the 1-1 coming from Fay. Also outside. Clark batting from the left-handed side today, the switch hitter from Duke. Two righty pitchers that he's faced so far. The 2-1. Outside, ball 3.
Good plate discipline from Wallace Clark there.
A lot of arm side run from Fay. 21 inches of horizontal break. Wallace Clark swings and foul tips that pitch, 3-2. Clark expanding the zone on the 3-1 pitch shows you just how much that fastball moves. And the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wallace Clark goes down swinging. Tyler Fay gets the job done. We're still tied going into the bottom of the 6th inning, but before we do, we've got Matt Coates right back here with us.
Thanks, Josh. It should be no surprise to anyone close to these two teams that we have a tightly contested affair here. Over the past 2 seasons, the Harbor Hawks and Braves have started to brew up a rivalry of their own. En route to back-to-back Cape Cod Baseball League championships, the Braves have advanced past the Hawks in the West Division Finals each year. Last year, the Hawks challenged them a bit more, winning the first game of a 3-game set, and the year before, they went down in 2 games. Guys, in the regular season last year, the Braves got off to a hot start in the season series, winning the first 3 games. Eventually, Hyannis would come back, nabbing the next 2 before dropping the last one to the Braves in the regular season finale. And then, of course, like I mentioned, the Braves have gotten it done when it matters. Obviously, all of us in Hyannis know the Braves are a notable opponent. That 1-3 record doesn't mean much to us now because we know once they're in the playoffs, they are dangerous. Although it's very early in the season, we are hoping to get past them and then do so more later as the season goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. We all know Bravo's back-to-back Cape Cod League champions don't have a lot of returners that were here for both of those championships, but obviously a team that has a long history of success. So thank you, Matt, so much for that. As we go to Merrick Houston in the bottom of the 6th inning at Wake Forest.
And Coach talked about it. It's a rivalry that has somewhat developed over these past 2 years with being 2 dominant teams, finding themselves paired up against each other. And whenever the 2 meet up, it feels like it's a high-drama game. And we got another one here in a 2-2 going to the bottom of the 6th.
Pitch low and away for ball 1 from Cade Brown. And Jacob, this has been the closest game that Hyannis has played so far this season. I mean, the Harwich game ended up being close at the end, but really until that 9th inning, it felt like Hyannis had it in the bag. Houston takes ball 2.
And that Harwich game, they scored in the 1st, 4th, and the 5th, and led 5-1 all that entirety of the period.
Houston, big cut and a miss, 2-1.
But then you're referencing the bases loaded situation with one away that Stone Cushing was able to put away in that third inning. But you're right, Josh. This is the first time the Harbor Hawks have been knotted besides 0-0 in a ball game.
Pitch was in there for strike 2 to Houston. And it's good to get that experience out of the way early in the season. Obviously, they aren't going to win every game, let alone by such a wide margin. As swing and a miss, strike 3, but the ball gets away. It'll be a strikeout, but Houston will reach first base.
It's one of those weird stats in baseball, as Brown's credited with the strikeout, but it's Houston speed and awareness of understanding the drop. Third strike, able to beat it down the first base line in time.
So with Houston on first base to lead off the inning, it brings up Holcomb, who struck out twice today. Ball low. Cade Brown takes his time on the rubber. Deals the 1-0. Holcomb fouls it away. And there will be a mad dash for the baseball.
Yeah, nice crowd here on hand at Doran Park on the natural bleachers set up with the new turf that's behind on the stone wall behind us.
1-1 pitch is a strike. Splitter. One ball, 2 strikes to the big righty. Fastball low, 2-2.
Brown trying to extend the zone there. Seeing if he could get Holcomb to chase. Holcomb staying disciplined in his at-bat.
Houston lead off first, not going anywhere. Slider is away. Holcomb has worked this back to a full count. Sun setting now behind home plate. And that pitch just missed off the outside corner. And Cade Brown, another walk here in the 6th inning.
Now batting, the first baseman from Virginia Tech, number 19.
Hyannis getting themselves into some trouble these last 3 innings. First 2 runners are on base, first and second, nobody out for the powerful Garrett Mitchell.
And here, double play ball could get 2 here as Harbor Hawks looking for their 4th of the season.
Big swing on the fastball up in the zone from Mitchell. First strike 1.
Here for Brown, just has to control himself on the mound and just lock in. Standing, need one out here to shore up things.
Fastball outside for ball 1. Seems like the Harbor Hawks pitchers today have just been trying to pick at corners a little bit. Just missing. Couple inches outside, couple inches inside. 1-1, hard ground ball past the diving Michael DiTallo, and it will roll all the way into the corner. Scoring is Merrick Houston. Holcomb now coming around. He will score standing up. It is a 2-run go-ahead double for Garrett Michelle, and it's 4-2 Bravos.
A good piece of hitting by Michelle, flirting it down the foul line, right by the first base bag, out of the reach of the diving DiTallo. and Houston was able to score easily. And Scott Landers at third didn't even give a second thought about whether he would send Holcomb or not. He had the windmill going the entire way, and that breaks this one wide open for the Braves, now leading 4-2.
A chance to add to that for Camden Koziel. First pitch well up and away for ball one. Still nobody out. Garrett Michelle off second base. Pitch in the dirt. Cade Brown struggling to find the zone right now.
And no action. The bullpen is warm enough here to go to just yet. This is Brown's half inning. He's got to try and finish out here and get these 3 outs.
Cade Brown with the inside move to second base, doesn't make a throw. Just keeping Michelle honest. 2-0 to Koziel. High pitch, slow ground ball to Gazdar at second base. He'll fire to first in time. And there's one away. Michelle will move from second to third, and he will just be 90 feet away with one away.
Yeah, for Gillespie, who's now in the batter's box, anything in the air and into the outfield should score Michelle at third on the sacrifice.
First pitch gets away from Janik. Runner coming home. And Michelle will dive in safely. The ball came off hard off the brick wall backstop, but Janik couldn't quite get it from his glove to his hand in time. Would have been a tough play to make anyways. And Bourne tallies a third run here in the 6th inning. It's 5-2.
That was a wild pitch that just got away from Janik, and like you said, no padding behind home plate, which had a nice little pop off of it, gave Janik an opportunity to try and flip it over to Brown, but it was just so hot off the wall. By the time Janik was able to get it into his glove and ready to throw, Michelle was already home.
Pitch to Gillespie is hit high in the air to right field. Kepley is sprinting in, diving attempt, and he just can't grab it. Kepley was playing deep out there in right field. And it will be a single for Gillespie on a ball that off the bat seemed like it would be able to be caught.
It was shallow enough for Gazdar to be in the vicinity, but in that spot, Kepley calling off the second baseman, Gazdar. Understanding he had the read on it and jump, but it just started to die out of the air, too far out of the reach of Kepley. He had to go laying out for it, just couldn't get there in time.
Guzman up now with one out. And that splitter certainly fooled him. Make that a slider. Outside part of the plate. Swing and a miss. Well before it reached. 0-1, one out. Gillespie leads off first. Cade Brown waits, fires, and a beautiful pick by Camden Janik to not allow that runner to go on to second base. He went to his arm side, but still managed to pick it with the underhand. And that ball roped down the third base line, but foul.
And Guzman turning on it quickly. Got all power behind it, but couldn't get it fair. 97 miles an hour off the bat.
One ball, two strikes to the Arizona Wildcat. Brown deals, swing and a miss on the splitter. Beautiful splitter right at the bottom of the zone. And there are 2 outs.
Good response here from Brown. Settling in after allowing the K to reach in Houston, who came around to score the walk to Holcomb, and then the double to Michelle in the wild pitch. Found himself here, but it's going to have to go up against Clay Grady.
Pitch in the zone to Grady. Grady 1 for 2 today, had what was basically a swinging bunt down the third base line that went right off the bag. He ended up reaching safely. He fouls this one off right side. Out of play. Fan just missed making a play on that foul pop-up. Ended up coming away with the ball, though.
Now here Brown ahead 0-2. Trying to work out of this half inning.
High fastball, runner goes, a delayed steal, and in plenty of time to second base, Gillespie. Trying to catch Hyannis sleeping, John Gazdar was right on it as Cam Janik helps out his pitcher. So Bourne tallies 3 more. Let's see what Hyannis has in their bats in the top of the 7th inning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major...
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Zach York to lead off the top of the 7th inning. Takes a fastball down the middle from Tyler Fay, back out there for another. York 0 for 2 with a strikeout. After his big day on Tuesday, another pitch taken for a strike. And the 0-2, 1, 2, 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. For Zach York, there's one away.
That was Fay being ahead on every pitch to Zach York, who goes down swinging. Not the response you would have wanted if you're the Harbor Hawks, to try and create some momentum to swing back your side after allowing 3 to play.
First pitch, a strike to Michael DiTallo, and a crucial inning for the Bourne pitching staff as well. In need of a shutdown inning. Ball up and away. The 1-3 start, not what they obviously would have wanted, but still very early as DiTallo, a chopper, gets a nice hop to Merrick Houston and throws on to first for 2 away.
That's the beauty of summer ball. You're going to play 40 games within these next 2 months. That's a lot of baseball to be played. And there's going to be a lot of records. Some you're below 500. Sometimes you're above 500. You just are really fighting for being one of the 4 teams into the playoffs to try and get your community a chance to be named Cape champions.
Anthony Silva hit a line drive to right field, but it was right at the right fielder, Braden Holcomb, his last time up. Looking for similar contact in this AB as he fouls the ball off, 1-2. Wind picking up here a little bit, blowing from right to left.
Always a little bit of a windy ballpark with the Cape Cod Canal just beyond the tree line in left field.
Ball just outside.
Can
More
always,
of a chilly night tonight.
Yeah, can always count on a little bit of a wind to chill. Always should pack that sweatshirt, Josh Schreiber.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm wearing mine right now. That was a lie. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is a little chillier than I thought. It was a very warm day here in the Cape in the mid-80s. As Silva, slow ground ball towards shortstop. Going to be a tough play for Grady, but he makes it on the run. And there are 3 outs, a 1-2-3 shutdown inning for the Bravos. You go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Bourne up 5-2.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Hyannis trailing the Bourne Braves, and we've got a new pitcher. It's Sean Fitzpatrick on for his 2nd time this season.
Mitch Carricker elects to go to the bullpen to bring in the southpaw. You have a fastball that should top at low 90s with a changeup and a slider. Comes in with a 6.52 ERA through 29 innings pitched for the Sun Devils out of Arizona State. He was California Coast League All-League team member last year with a 1.29 ERA in the summer of 23.
Fitzpatrick will face the bottom of the order in Clay Grady to start off this inning. Grady was up in the 6th inning, but the inning ended after a delayed steal attempt by Gillespie. So he will get another chance here, and he takes a big swing and a miss. Sean Fitzpatrick with 2 strikes to start his appearance today. And the 0-2 pitch is fought off, foul ball.
Yeah, and here for Fitzpatrick. Started his college career at Arkansas. Only appeared 3 times for the Razorbacks.
Foul ball back towards us. For the Harbor Hawks today, it has been pretty much just the John Gazdar show offensively, like the Titan Atlas trying to hold this team up on his shoulders.
Some nice Greek mythology there, Josh.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. That is one area that of academia I've never been into.
Really?
Yeah, no mythology. Never studied
It's
it.
interesting.
It is. It's very interesting.
I was a big Percy Jackson guy, so.
Oh, so that's why.
That'll do it. 1-2, line drive up the middle. Coming in on it is Nick Groves. Takes a little stutter step and makes the catch in mid-center field.
Yeah, Groves doing a good job. Get a good read on it. It's a hard hit ball from Grady. Had a lot of pop off the bat at 85 miles an hour. But it's the speedy Groves who's able to position himself under it in time to make the grab. But it's now the top of the lineup in Chris Stanfield.
Stanfield, a high fly ball deep to left field. Brocious going back. He's on the track, and he makes the catch just a step before the wall. But Chris Stanfield gave that ball a ride.
He gave it a look indeed, Josh, and it was a ball that just kept carrying. Brocious turned, took a step in, and as soon as he took that step in, he started to regret that decision and started backpedaling all the way to the wall and made the grab right before it with his back turned to home plate.
So that will bring up the number 2 hitter, Nick Rosselli, with 2 outs. Pitch up and in. A little bit of chin music for Rosselli. 1-0.
And Rosselli backed off the plate there on a breaking ball that started too far out.
And another fastball up in the zone, that time in on the hands. They have to wonder if Fitzpatrick will try to go in again or maybe try to use those last 2 fastballs up and in to throw a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. The 1-1 also up and in, but just missing the strike zone. That was a perfect pitch selection by Fitzpatrick. Just couldn't get the call.
I was flirting on the zone there on the previous pitch with the at-bat that tried to see if Rosselli would go up and fight it off, but stayed disciplined in the box.
This would be a perfect time for Fitzpatrick to go to that slider away. On the 2-2 pitch. There it is, but Rosselli does not bite. See, he was thinking the same thing I was.
It's a good thing when that happens, Josh.
Sometimes. 3-2, 2 outs to Rosselli. And they're going to say hit him with the pitch. And Rosselli seemed a little bit surprised. He didn't have an initial reaction, but then ended up shaking off that hand, and he will go down to first base.
Yeah, and I don't think Camden Janik, the catcher, was a fan of that call as well. Had a little bit of a grimace coming up out of his squat when looking at the Harbor Hawks dugout down the first base side, but it's a base runner here for Sean Fitzpatrick in his first of his outing.
You could hear it graze something, but it seemed like Janik thought it might have been the bat. That pitch is strike. Merrick Houston up to the plate with Rosselli on first. There goes Rosselli. Janik throw down to second. One hopper, Gazdar got him. Camden Janik threw a seed down to second base, perfectly placed, one hop. Gazdar got the tag down. And another caught stealing to end an inning for the Harbor Hawks, but they still have some work to do with the bats, down 5-2, heading into the 8th inning.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Camden Janik, the 8-hitter, to lead off for the Harbor Hawks. 6 more outs for Bourne. The Hawks playing from behind late in the game for the first time this season. See what kind of fight they have in them. And a broken bat ground ball to Houston. Houston will fire over to first base. The stretch from Michelle in time for out number 1.
Yeah, Janik made good contact, but bat gave way, and it resulted in a slow trickler down the third base side over to Houston, who's been so great in the hot corner today. Makes that a matter-of-fact play.
First pitch to Nick Groves down. Tyler Fay does not waste time on the rubber. Ball in the glove, out of his hand in about 5 seconds.
Messes up Nick Groves' timing in the Harbor Hawks because he's quick pitching so much.
And a hard ground ball through the right side. Camden Koziel couldn't get his glove on it. He had a diving attempt. But Nick Groves with a 1-out single here in the 8th inning for the top of the order.
And now this is what you want if you're a Harbor Hawks fan, trying to create some momentum and some traffic on the base pass. That brings up a deadly 1-2 punch in Parker Brocious and Kane Kepley.
Brocious does have a hit today. Hyannis has 5 on the day. Oh, 0-1 to Brocious is outside. Back pick down to first, not in time. Adonis Guzman had the idea. Michelle got the tag down, and Nick Groves was safe, but it was very close.
Yeah, the Bourne dugout loving the idea for the back pick.
0-1 to Brocious inside. And Guzman was a guy last season who was very active behind home plate, throwing down behind runners at first and third base frequently. 1-1, Brocious goes the other way, another base hit for the leadoff man out of Georgia Tech. And now with Caden Kepley up at bat, he is the game-tying run, making things interesting.
Harbor Hawks trying to build some momentum here in the top of the 8th. They find themselves trailing by 3, but it's almost a replica of Nick Groves' hit The previous at-bat that Parker Brocious copies. It's an extended Cozile that can't get there to make the play on the hard grounder into the outfield. And it will run Tyler Fay out of the game, and Scott Landers will make the pitching change. It's 5-3 Braves here on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
We've got a pitching change here for the Bourne Braves. It's Joe Areola, the left-hander, trying to get 2 more outs in this 8th inning with runners on first and second base.
Areola out of Wake Forest coming in as the southpaw has traffic behind him, and Scott Landers trying to keep the Harbor Hawks at bay here with Brocious at first and Groves at second, and with John Gazdar looming in the on-deck circle.
And Joe Areola, guy, 60% fastballs. One of those fastballs being a cutter, also throws a 4-seamer. Features a curveball as well. So it seems like we've had a lot of times this season where pitching change comes in right as John Gazdar is coming to the plate.
That's a sign of respect for the governor, understanding that they want to get someone fresh in there to face the Austin P product. But for Kane Kepley, he's been stymied today a little bit as a strikeout looking or ground out to Cozile at second base, and then a line out to Stanfield in center. Can't keep Kepley down for long. So far these first 4 games, he's been so good in big spots.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Kane Kepley looks at the first pitch for a ball. 95 on the radar gun.
The Harbor Hawks trying to take advantage of runners in scoring position, batting .373 the first 4 games.
Another 94. Right at the bottom of the zone. Fairly straight fastball. Areola, a long look towards second base and then drops a big bender. 76-mile-an-hour curveball. 24 inches of vertical break. The 1-2 to Kepley. Line drive down the left field line. It's a fair ball over the bag. Coming home to score is Groves. Brocious will move to third. It is a 1-out RBI double for Kane Kepley. And the Harbor Hawks now have the tying run on second base.
Said it moments ago, Josh, you could only keep Kane Kepley down for so long. It's a great piece of hitting that works it down the bag of the third base side and gets it in fair territory. And now just like that, the Harbor Hawks creating some momentum with John Gazdar into the box.
Now we'll see if they decide to pitch around him a little bit. With his hot start, I wouldn't be shocked with the base open at first. One out, first pitch, line drive, right field. It's a base hit. Scoring is Brocious. Here comes Kepley. He's safe. It's a tie game as John Gazdar gets caught in a rundown between first and second. Back and forth go the Braves. Gazdar will get tagged out for the second out, but it's a 2-run game-tying single for the Austin P. Governor.
Big hit from John Gazdar, just what the doctor ordered. When the Harbor Hawks needed to create some momentum, you turn to the Governor, and he does just that. Brings 2 in Brocious and Kepley. It was Mitch Carricker sending him the entire way, took some extra liberty, trying to extend the single into a double. It was a heads-up defensive play by Guzman to send the ball back down to the first base.
So Wallace Clark up at the plate now, takes a curveball low. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that John ripped the other way. 5-5 the score here. Hawks having tied it up in the 8th as that one bounces in the dirt right around the feet of Wallace Clark.
And just like that, Josh, the Harbor Hawks find themselves momentum. And we were talking to Mitch Carricker throughout the week about John Gazdar in his performance, and it continues to impress every night, no matter what park.
3-0 pitch right in there for a strike to Clark. It'll be a 3-1 from Areola. Fouled straight back, 3-2. Fastball right down the middle, and Clark gave it his A swing, just a bit under it. Wallace Clark batting from the right side today for the first time. The 3-2 is low and inside, ball 4. And Hyannis has some speed on the base paths for the left-hander, Zach York.
Now batting, the designated hitter from Grand Canyon University, number 40, Zach.
A 94-mile-an-hour fastball that just got away a little bit. So a lefty-on-lefty matchup for York. He likes to go the opposite field in these situations. 2 outs, ball in the dirt. Guzman gives a threatening look down towards first base, and Clark retreats back. Hyannis dugout letting their voices heard in support of York. 1-0, low and away, gets a cheer.
For York here, a disciplined batter, understanding if it's not his pitch, he's going to stay with the wood on his shoulder.
2-0, hefty swing on the cutter. Looked like a fastball right in York's sweet spot. Broke at the last second. Clark dancing off first. Areola deals. Ball in the dirt. Guzman another nice stab, and he's got Clark in a rundown. Fires to second. Clark back to first. In time. Hyannis dugout not happy with the call, but Clark dives in, gets called out, and this is a tie ball game. But before we go to the bottom of the 8th, we've got Josie Broyles standing by.
Thanks, guys. It looks like the Hawks have met their match with the Hawks, creating a tie game of 5-5 right now, but I do want to shout out the Hawks stats-wise. They've really been able to boost their stats individually and as a team. So far, there have been 5 qualified hitters with an OPS over .833. Including star hitter John Gazdar, who's actually been quite the standout player once again tonight, scoring the first run of the game. But he's been able to achieve 12 RBIs this seeding, including today's game, despite the Hawks tying the game and not being leading this time, we've still been able to see a lot of good plays tonight.
Thank you so much, Josie, and that was one heck of an inning that Hyannis able to get right back in it, get a feel for what it's like to play from behind, but thank you, Josie, for that. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning.
And now it changes the entire ball game here, Josh. It's now with a tie score at 5-5, it's like a 0-0 ball game, and both teams trying to put their best foot forward. For the Bourne Braves, they're on a 3-game losing streak after winning their first game, while the Harbor Hawks looking to try and stay undefeated, be the lone team on Cape Cod to stay undefeated. As giving a look around Cape Cod, it's Orleans and Chatham in a 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 7th, and it's shellacking from the Cavaliers to the Mariners, 18-0 at White House Field.
Wow.
Through 4. Then we got another mercy in the books. It's the Whitecaps taking down Wareham 15-4 in 7 innings, and then a final 10-8 YD beating Falmouth in a 5 o'clock start there. As we got a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 8th, Josh.
And it seems like Katuitt may have figured out their offense. There are 18 runs in 4 innings. Perfect timing for Hyannis to go into town tomorrow. We'll be right there on the call once again.
Now the Battle of Barnstable is renewed. You can catch that one right here on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball Network as we bring you that one live at 5 o'clock for a nice Friday evening start.
And here's Merrick Houston up to face the new pitcher here in this 8th inning.
And Cade Crossland.
Ball high there, 2 balls to start the inning. Cade Crossland pitched well in his first appearance at a Weatherford College, transferred to Oklahoma. Was a freshman this past year there. Pitched very well as that pitch just off the outside corner.
Crossland appeared versus Harwich on the road, going 2 innings, didn't give up a hit, struck out 3, no walks and no runs as well.
And a 4-pitch walk to start off the inning for Merrick Houston. Braves again get their leadoff runner on base.
That's when they've created some chaos, is when they're able to do some work with nobody away, and especially the speed that the Braves possess.
That brings up Braden Holcomb. Holcomb 0 for 2 today, has a walk and 2 strikeouts. Houston came up in the bottom of the 7th, but did not get to finish his at-bat after another caught stealing for Camden Janik. He now leads off first. Ball in the dirt to Holcomb. Nice job by Janik to keep it in front of him. And it'll be Anthony Silva to come in from the shortstop position to talk with Crossland. Just a brief conversation, maybe something he saw with the runner. Middle infield in double play depth. DeTallo holds Houston off first. 6 straight balls to start the appearance for Cade Crossland. The 2-0 to Holcomb. Ball low, 3-0.
Crossland right now laboring, trying to find the zone and trying to avoid back-to-back walks to start his outing. Just as the Harbor Hawks gave themselves an opportunity.
There's a strike at the knees to Holcomb, and got Garrett Michelle on deck, who gave Bourne the lead on his 2-run double earlier in the 6th inning. 3-1 coming from Crossland. Fouled off right at the Bourne dugout.
Bourne dugout all the way to that top step. All piled in down the third base line. Now a big full count pitch here from Crossland.
And the 3-2. High fly balls, very shallow right field. Actually, it'll stay in the infield for John Gazdar, who puts Holcomb away for out number 1.
That's a ball that just caught in the air, and as high as it went into the air, didn't travel all that far, as Gazdar was back all the way into the hole of second base to make the grab into the air. And it's the first out here for Crossland to go up against Michelle.
And with 1 out, Crossland goes over to first base. DeTalo scoops it out of the dirt. Houston on first. Michelle at the plate. There goes Houston. Michelle swing and miss. Throw down to second is not in time. Merrick Houston with a hard foot first slide. Silva just could not get the tag down in time. And the bag came up out of the dirt. So they'll have to fix that.
And Janik looking for his 3rd caught stealing of the day. Caught Gillespie back in the 6th, and then Roselli in the 7th. Both of them to end those half innings. Looked like he had a good jump on it, but it was ultimately a good
and the pitch outside to Crossland.
Ultimately a good jump there from Houston, getting his feet into the bag.
One out, runner on second base. Michelle still at the plate. Lefty on lefty matchup. High fly ball in foul territory. Clark puts his head down and tries to run towards it, but it's well out of play.
That's going to go off the gym of Upper Cape Cod Regional Technical High School, home of the Rams.
You got all the mascots on lock.
Oh, you know it. Got to be ready.
So the future Sooner deals to the Hokie. Ground ball foul left side.
Crossland doing a good job of biting away in at the zone.
Trackman had that last foul ball 111 miles an hour off the bat. The 1-2. Inside, ball 2. Michelle has had some really nice at-bats so far here today, as I think a ball got thrown onto the field by accident by some kids playing out in left center field. Nick Groves went to go retrieve that.
Good guy right there. Make sure the ball got back to them.
2-2 to Michelle. Ball in the dirt. Janik tracks it down before Houston can hit over to third base, and that will lead to a conversation at the mound.
And Janik doing a good job of keeping it in front of him the entire way to give Houston the thought of impression that he could get thrown out if he was going down to third, and the ball was trickling down to third, making it an easy throw.
Three-two count to Michelle. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Garrett Michelle chases for out number 2.
And just like that, Cade Crossland dials up a beautiful pitch after the conference between Janik and man, oh man, Harbor Hawks trying to escape once again. Going into the 9th, tied at 5, but it's Camden Koziel, the second baseman, trying to get his Bravos back atop.
Koziel 0 for 3 so far today. Janik keeps that ball in front of him.
Janik lost it for a quick sec, but it was right in front of him the entire time. Didn't get Houston flinching, though.
Camden Koziel, the 2023 Nebraska Gatorade Player of the Year, fouls this one off straight back. It will get out of play. And Koziel also member of Team USA WBSC World Cup team that won a gold medal in 2022. One ball, one strike, 2 outs. Merrick Houston on second base. Cade Crossland stares him down, then fires. Strike. 1 and 2.
Cade Crossland delivers a firm fastball in the low part of the zone, just above the knees of Koziel. Now a big pitch here.
And the 1-2. A tapper down the third base line, just foul. Koziel was just trying to make some sort of contact. He was fooled by the slider. But he stays alive. Koziel with quite possibly the biggest at-bat of the day for the Braves.
Harbor Hawk faithful getting into it here.
The 1-2. Fouled straight back again. Another good at-bat for the Braves.
It's been a slew of stellar at-bats between both sides today in key critical moments.
Hyannis fans to our right on their feet, slow clapping. Crossland gets the sign. And he deals. Buckled Koziel on the slider, but couldn't get him to chase.
Off-speed pitch at 76 miles an hour, changing the velo, changing that timing.
And here's the 2-2. Ground ball foul down the right field line. Camden Koziel not making anything easy from the left-hander.
Great piece of hitting here for Koziel. Keep his Bravos in a fighting chance.
Crossland shaking off Janik. Does he have the put-away pitch? The 2-2. Ball just off the outside corner. To the dismay of the Harbor Hawks fans, Janik gives a look and a question back to the umpire, but doesn't get the call. It's 3-2, 2 outs. Crossland is set. Gives a look to second base. Lifts the leg. Ball 4 outside. Almost the same spot as Janik. Can't quite keep it in the glove, but still 2 away. Runners on first and second now for Gillespie.
Still 2 outs, though. Just need one. Roller ball or fly ball could end this half inning. But danger still lurks in Merrick Houston on second base.
First pitch gets through the wickets of Camden Janik. He'll slide to keep the ball from going around the netting and keeping the runners at second and third. But now the go-ahead run at third base. Gillespie up at the plate. 1 for 3 today, 273 batting average on the season. "1-0 from Crossland. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Blew it right by him.
That was a heater right in the zone. That was getting Gillespie to come around and swing no matter what. Time to count at 1 apiece.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is low. Gillespie 221 last summer playing for the Ocean State Waves, the NECBL. Newport, Rhode Island, right?
Wakefield, Rhode Island.
Wakefield. The 2-1. Gets through the legs of Janik. It bounces right back. Dive in to the plate in time with the tag. Camden Janik. It was a wild pitch. It went off the brick wall hard. Janik backhanded it, turned around, and applied the tag on Merrick Houston. And that is how the 8th inning ends. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Harbor Hawks trying to take the lead.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Top of the 9th inning, and what a way to end the bottom of the 8th. A little bit of a lucky bounce for the Harbor Hawks after they weren't too happy with the calls, the pitches before. They were very borderline, could have gone either way, but they get out of the jam. Still a tie game. York up to the plate now.
And now for the Harbor Hawks, will have York, Detallo, and Silva try and create some heroics here in the 9th.
That pitch on the outside corner gets called a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 to York is a chopper right behind him, just spoils the slider.
Good job by York there to shorten up his swing, keep his at-bat alive. Finds himself behind.
The 0-2 again is a misfire, fastball low and away. One ball, 2 strikes to York. Ground ball right side, foul. Just skipping to the right of the first base bag.
Another good job by York, fending off pitches.
York chokes up on the bat. The 1-2 pitch, fouled off straight back. They're going to need some new baseballs after this game. Quite a few souvenirs. It feels like everyone at the stadium has had a chance for one.
Yeah, it has been quality AB after quality AB.
The 1-2 again. York, line drive into center field, but Stanfield is right there to make the play at his knees. York hit it on the screws, 95 off the bat.
He gave it a ride and gave it a look. But it was just hitting it right to Stanfield in dead center. It's a sneaky far center field here at Doran Park.
DiTallo hits a ball well, but foul down the right field line and out of play. Got a really nice moon beyond right field. Kind of an orangish color.
Oh.
Not quite sure if it's a full moon as pitch is in there for a strike.
It looks pretty full to me.
Let's look it up. The 0-2, DiTallo swings and misses at the pitch above the letters. Fastball had some ride to it. 2 outs.
Good pitch there that just catches DiTallo swinging and missing. And Anthony Silva now to the plate. Trying to create some 2-out magic.
Silva fouls the first pitch off. It may stay in play. Michelle running over and can't get to it. The ball really in our one blind spot on the field beyond the Hyannis dugout. Jacob, it's a waxing gibbous tonight.
Oh.
Very close. Could have fooled me.
Fooled me.
There you go. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Silva. Fouls that one straight back as well, a little bit behind that fastball.
Silva continuing to work quality ABs here in his time on Cape. Has an 0-2 that he just keeps fending off.
This 0-2 is up with the curveball. Couldn't quite get through that pitch. Just stayed up well above the zone. The 1-2. Line drive left field. That is a base hit. Rolling towards deep left field. Silva's going for 2. The throw is not in time. And Silva is into second base, standing up with a hustle double.
It's a great piece of hitting by Anthony Silva. The TCU product turns on it, and it's a hooking double that went all the way into the left field corner, trickled to the fence. Gillespie had to get on his horse to try and go run to pick it up. And while he was doing so, Silva makes a smart decision with help from hitting coach Riley at first base to send it over to second and put him in scoring position for Camden Janik.
He missed with the curveball up once, threw it again, and Silva was all over it. 93 off the bat. Camden Janik takes his time to take off all the equipment and now steps into the batter's box. First pitch to Janik is low with the fastball. The go-ahead run is on second base. The 8-hitter in Camden Janik is up to the plate. All Big Ten first team. The 1-0 in there for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Ariola deals. Big bender. Fools Janik. And it's 1-2.
Janik behind's got to protect here. Has a prime opportunity with Silva in scoring position. Trying to get Harbor Hawks the lead here in the top of the ninth.
The 1-2 line drive right at shortstop. And it's Clay Grady who makes a leaping grab at his letters to make the third out. But Hyannis puts a runner on second base, and now they will try to prevent Bourne from walking them off in the bottom of the ninth. We go to the bottom of the inning. Tie game.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Bottom of the ninth inning, the Bourne Braves trying to make some magic happen here in the bottom of the ninth. And in to relieve for the Harbor Hawks is, I think it's safe to say, their closer, Stone Cushing.
Yes, Stone Cushing last pitched against Harwich back on Sunday, went 1 inning, gave up 3 hits. Had a bases loaded jam with 1 away, fired a strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging to end it. It was a big spot that Cushing was able to deliver, and here he's put in the spot again. Coach Carricker, when asked after that Harwich game, why wouldn't you go to Stone? These are the positions he was put in at school for the Cougars. And once again, Mitch Carricker feels comfortable going to him in a spot to try and preserve the 5-5 tie to force extras.
Cushing looks in, gets his sign, facing Gillespie. Now, Cushing missed on that first pitch, maybe a bit of a cross-up as Camden Janik will go out to talk to him. And, you know, an interesting decision to put in your closer in the 9th inning as the away team when you don't have the lead. Gives you maybe an indication that they would like to have him pitch the 10th as well if you can get there.
Yeah, if you can get him there, but like you said, Josh, for Mitch Carricker, he's got to be focused on trying to get these next 3 outs to get the offense back in an opportunity to try and retake the lead in the 10th.
The 1-0 pitch now is a slider low and away. 2-0. Almost a Kimbrel-like stance for Cushing to look in for the sign. Ground ball up the middle. It's a base hit. just off the end of the bat, but Gillespie gets enough of it to find the hole, and the game-winning run is on first base with nobody out.
That's a good piece of hitting. Put it right back where you found it. It's a grounder that goes all the way off the mound and trickles into shallow center. Groves was quickly there, but interested to see with nobody out here what's going to be the play for the Braves, and it looks like it will be a pinch runner.
Now pinch running at first base from Cincinnati, number 14, Landon Vidorek.
So if you couldn't hear it, it's Landon Vidorek pinch running for Davis Gillespie at first. Wonder how aggressive Bourne will be here with nobody out. Camden Janik has already thrown out 2 runners and was very close on a third. Double play depth up the middle. Wallace Clark playing pretty close to the grass as Vidorek thought about stealing, then decided to put on the brakes. Pitch was outside.
Here, if you're Scott Landers and the Braves, got to be worrisome to try and go grab a bag, especially with Camden Janik has done, and now it's an automatic strike.
Yeah, a pitch clock violation on the catcher, or I should say the batter, who is also the Braves catcher, Adonis Guzman, so it's 1-1. Pitch is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Lots of run on that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. One ball, 2 strikes. Vidorek off first. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Stone Cushing fired up to get the first out.
He's a pitcher that pitches with a lot of emotion, and you can see it right there, understanding how huge that strikeout is after allowing Gillespie to get aboard via the single right back up the middle. He's got 1 out to his pocket, and Stone Cushing does. But it's now Clay Grady and then Chris Stanfield in the on-deck circle.
Clay Grady, the number 9 hitter, definitely a threat to bunt as he swings and misses at the nasty slider. No balls, 1 strike. Vidorek still off first. Has not gone in motion yet. 0-1 is low.
Fastball that just kept dropping off the table. Stone Cushing just couldn't find his placement there.
Grady looks at his belt for a sign. The 1-1, there goes the runner. Grady was swinging, it's a shallow fly ball to center. Groves comes in, dekes out the runner at first base, and we have a force out at second. What a smart heads-up play by the center fielder, Nick Groves.
It was just dropping. He had no shot to get there. Like we've talked about, center field coming in at 395. It's deep. Groves was playing deep, and in the night sky couldn't really see it. It drops in front of him, but Groves playing an actor. He should win an Oscar there for that performance. And Gazdar knows it the entire way, stays close to the second base bag, so he's able to step on it for the force. But now 2 away for Chris Stanfield.
As you mentioned, Stanfield at the plate. There goes Grady. The ball gets away from Janik. Grady slides in head first. So the game-winning run is at second base. But Groves put Vidorek in a spin cycle. Vidorek was running, saw the ball in the air, and immediately made a beeline back to first, not wanting to get doubled up. And the ball dropped, and there was nothing he could do. Cushing shakes once, nods his head yes. Gets the sign, 1-0, 2 outs, runner on second base. Stanfield. Doesn't like the slider low and away, 2-0.
Cushing is a man of dramatics. Had all the drama in his last outing against the Mariners with bases loaded and back-to-back strikeouts. Now has a runner in scoring position with 2 away and 2 balls.
2-0 to Stanfield. Checks his swing. Did he go? No, he did not. 3-0. Got to be very careful what you give Stanfield on this 3-0 pitch. He can punish you. Almost hit a home run his last at-bat. Hit the ball to the wall. And he walks him on 4 pitches.
It's not a bad decision there when a 3-0. You don't want to give him anything down the heart of the plate, Josh. If you have first base open, might as well. That run is meaningless at this point at first. The run you got to care about is Grady on second. That is the walk-off potential.
So up steps Nick Rosselli, who got hit by a pitch his last time up. It was a little bit controversial in that Camden Janik did not agree with the call, but either way, runners on first and second. The run on first does not matter. If the runner on second scores, the game is over as Rosselli swings over the top of the off-speed pitch for strike 1.
Trying to extend 10th inning. That would see a ghost runner on second if they were to get there. Got to focus on Rosselli here.
0-1 from Cushing. Line drive towards second base. Sliding play by Gazdar on to first. And we're going to extra innings. Stone Cushing puts out the fire. John Gazdar makes a nice play. And we've got free baseball coming up. Hawks coming to the plate.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference.
Leave your mark.
Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies.
It'll be the left-hander Miller Green out of Vanderbilt, the freshman, to try to at least clinch a tie for the Bourne Braves. And for Hyannis, it will be 9-1-2. Nick Groves, then Parker Brocious, and Kane Kepley. Now, since it is our first extra inning game of the season, just explain the extra inning rules here. We got 1 extra inning no matter what. Ghost runner on second base. So if the game is still tied after 10, it will be a tie game.
And for the Harbor Hawks, because of that ghost runner, they're going to put a pinch runner in Eric Snow on second base with a little bit of his speed. Hugh is a bench infielder here today in replace of Camden Janik.
That means that Manny Garza would come in to catch the bottom of the 10th inning. Groves squares to steal. Ball is outside.
This game has a little bit of everything. It's been a safari ride. You've seen a little bit of great pitching, great hitting.
Grove squares to bunt and pulls it back.
But now you get extra innings on top of it, Josh. It has been a complete game of baseball.
We'll see if Grove still has the bunt sign. 2-0. Nobody out. Snow on second. He does not. He swings and misses. A little bit late on that. Fastball from Green. 92. Green. The 2-1. Beautiful slider. A front hip slider. Got Groves to spin out of the way, but dropped right in for a strike.
Yeah, started right by Groves and at the last second cut in.
Miller Green was ranked the number 17 left-handed pitcher nationally out of high school. A 4-time perfect game preseason All-American as Nick Groves spits on the fastball away. Full count to Groves. First base is open. But you've got Parker Brocious on deck, who has 2 hits already today. The 3-2. Groves line drive into center field. It's a base hit. Stanfield cuts it off. Here comes Snow to the plate. It's a good throw, strength-wise, but way off the line. Down the third base line, and the Harbor Hawks have the lead.
Nick Groves, from the moment he got to Cape, he captured Mitch Carricker's eyes in both offense and defense. It's been his defense that's been showing today, but there in a big moment with Snow on second, he puts one in the gapper between left and right. Stanfield can't get there quick enough. He had all the arm to try and make the play. It was offline, pulling Guzman away from the bag and up the third base line. It's now 6-5.
Brocious squares to bunt. Back pick to first in time. Adonis Guzman caught Groves trying to get a head start on the bunt. And that is a massive out for the Braves.
That pickoff, just Guzman with a gunner down over to Michelle at first.
Fastball right down the middle for a strike 1.
Well, that eliminates the run. Groves did his job, brought in Snow.
And another fastball right in there for a strike. Parker Brocious is getting Miller Green's best right down the middle right now. Green deals. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and in, and Brocious goes down swinging. There are 2 away. As you can see Parker Brocious talking to Gazdar and Kepley on his way to the dugout, saying what he saw.
Now Kane Kepley, after being retired the first 3 times of the day, had a big double in the 8th.
80-mile-an-hour slider on the outside part of the plate. That is a devastating lefty-on-lefty pitch as another slider way outside. 80-mile-an-hour slider, 17-inch break. John Gazdar asking us what we got for him. Another slider. Miller Green just peppering Kepley right now. Kepley.
Here for Miller Green. Just trying to give his team an opportunity.
The 1-2 is in the dirt. 4th slider in a row. See Kepley with the 2-strike approach, getting low into his stance, choking up on the bat, trying to put the ball in play and make something happen. 2-2 pitch is grounded towards second base. Koziel fields and throws on to first for the out. So Bourne will have the chance to tie up this game or take home the victory. But they need one run to do so. 6-5 Hyannis going into the bottom of the 10th.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery.
3 hours and 3 minutes into this ball game, and we are a half inning away from this game being over, no matter the outcome. It's Merrick Houston, the 3-hitter, and it'll be Holcomb and Michelle up next. Runner on second base. For the Braves, that's the ghost runner. Manny Garza is into the game as the catcher after Camden Janik was pinch run for. First pitch to Houston is in there for a strike.
That's what Stone Cushing needs to do, pepper the zone. He works so well when he finds himself ahead in counts because then he can go and use the off-speed stuff. If he can work and be ahead in counts with the fastball, that's going to be a key to victory for him on the mound.
The 0-1 slider away. And that slider away, although it's way outside, it sets up the two-seamer to run back over the outside part of the plate. Cushing deals, another slider low and away. Houston not biting, 2-1.
Stone Cushing is an individual that works counts. He's going to load counts more often than not through his chase pitches.
2-1. Right in there for strike two. 2-2. Runner on second base. Nobody out. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball towards the right side. It will get the job done. Gazdar throw to first is in time. And there's one out.
That's a good piece of hitting by Houston, pushing it the other way to allow Roselli to be on the move from second to third, and now standing 90 feet away is Roselli and is the tying run in this contest.
So Braden Holcomb was 7 for 13 coming into this game on the season. So a dangerous hitter, but also a strikeout threat. As he grounds this one to Silva. Silva coming home. The throw gets away from Garza. The game-tying run will score. Garza will get Holcomb in a rundown. Holcomb stuck between first and second right now. Silva will tag him out. And that is the second out, but Bourne does tie up the game. And that would have been a bang-bang play at the plate irons.
It would have been. It was just a hard throw from Silva that got between the legs of Garza and trickled all the way back to the brick wall. There's like we've touched upon, Josh, there's no padding. It is firing off the brick wall. And so it caught Holcomb by surprise, who got stuck in a rundown. Right now tied at 6 here. And for the Harbor Hawks, the best you can do now is try and find this final out and walk away with a tie.
Anthony Silva. The throw was on the money. Just a tough hop for Garza to scoop out of the dirt. And, you know, the Braves, they haven't played many games here yet. Not quite used to that brick wall that has played a factor quite a bit here tonight. The 1-1 is popped up, foul, and will get out of play. Manny Garza wanted himself another foul pop-up to showcase his top 10 abilities. Talked earlier in the show, Josie Broyles talked about that catch that he made in their last game. Sprawling.
Just a great play to his backside, reaching out for.
The 1-2 fouled off.
Stone Cushing continuing to attack batters here. Going in on Michelle.
The 1-2 to Michelle. Bounced in the dirt in front of the plate. 2-2. Hyannis trying to stay undefeated. 4-0 on the young season. Bourne trying to give them their first loss. That pitch in the dirt, 3-2. Tie game, bottom of the 10th inning, 3-2, 2 outs. 6-6 is the score. Stone Cushing gets the sign, comes set. He deals, fouled straight back.
Stone Cushing continues to work inside on the lefty, Michelle. Michelle doing a good job to fight off pitches. But now it's a huge full count.
This has been a fantastic baseball game. All 10 innings of it. The 3-2 line drive up the middle. It's a base hit. Garrett Michelle trying to get a 2-out rally going. He'll end up on first base with 2 outs.
Bringing up Camden Koziel, and it's a great piece of hitting. Just puts it where they are not and dribbles into center field. And with Michelle aboard, they'll call in another pinch runner as the run at first stands as the walk-off.
Pinch running at first base, number 24, Isaiah Jackson.
So Koziel will come up, the lefty. Stone Cushing really dialed that last pitch up. 94 miles an hour, but Michelle was all over it. 102 off the bat. And Isaiah Jackson will pinch run for Michelle. First pitch to Koziel. Slider inside for ball 1.
Now for Cushing, working that inner part of the plate again on this lefty. And Koziel, the second baseman, last time up, had a walk back in the 8th.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Cushing fires and fouled straight back into the backstop.
Game within the game there, Josh. Bourne
Two bad boys.
Bourne beating out the Hyannis bat boy here in a 10th inning. Heart-wrenching.
It's been a long day for them, too. The 1-1 is in there for strike 2. Koziel 0 for 3 today with a walk. Has struck out once. And the 1-2. A grunt and a foul ball. As Stone Cushing dialed that one back up to 94.
Yeah, put everything he had behind it.
He's not a big guy either, so throwing in the mid-90s at his frame, you could see how much he uses those legs. Runner goes, and it's a swing and a miss. Ball game over. Stone Cushing fired up. But that will do it, as Hyannis will stay undefeated. And it is a tie ball game here at Doran Park.
It was a stellar ball game. And good thing you got 4 more of these two teams going head-to-head. If the first game is any indication, it is going to be a lot of fun between these two parties throughout the year. And with how they are rivals within the West, it should make for some great baseball down the stretch. These two teams face off again in just under a week.
It will be a very fun series between these teams all season long, and we will have the call for every one of them. For Daniel Bottolino, Chase Avery, our 2 producers, Josie Broyles and Matt Coates, our sideline reporters. I've been Josh Schreiber alongside Jacob Irons. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be right back tomorrow as the Hyannis Harbor Hawks travel to Cotuit to take on the Kettleers in the Battle of Barnstable. We'll see you next time here on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.